Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit and my intuition in order to communicate energies to you, the viewer, and energy does fluctuate. So it is energy as it's vibrating at the time in which you click on this video. Now this is the third time I'm recording this intro, and the last few times it was a 10-minute intro. I feel like I need to communicate something to you guys, okay? So hopefully third time is a charm. And I feel like what I'm wanting to communicate is that I had this comment about somebody saying I sounded angry or like I didn't want to be here when I'm doing these readings. And I did find it a little bit entertaining. So I went back and listened to my reading, specifically the one in which they left a comment. And I do sense where I'm feeling frustration. And I feel like my frustration comes from a point where I feel like everybody has a potential to aim for something greater than themselves. So when we're settling or accepting something that is beneath us or an energy that we're settling for, complacency, what have you, it does kind of irritate me, okay? And it irritates me only because I've lived a life of always trying to push myself towards a goal that has been greater than myself, something that is unattainable, or at least I felt it was unattainable for me, okay? And that was part of my healing was, growing up in an energy where I felt like I needed to kind of push myself towards something that I knew was impossible, okay, for someone of like my capacity or my ability or who I was to achieve something really ridiculous, okay, in order for me to really prove to myself who I was, what I wanted, and what I was able to achieve. Now, that's caused a lot of strength in me for sure. It has allowed me the opportunity to see who I am, but it's also caused a lot of conflict in my life because I always felt as though maybe I was never good enough, or there was something missing in regards to getting there. Because if you shoot for something that is completely impossible, you're totally shooting yourself in the foot before you even got started, okay? So it's almost like I set myself up to fail because I don't know, needed some sort of lesson. But needless to say, I'm in a weird transition right now where I'm learning to let go of a lot of parts of myself in which I held on to in order to, it was a comfort zone, okay? Parts of myself that I hung on to. And I feel like this has helped protect me, live a sheltered life, but also kind of guide me as a moral compass. And I found with letting go of all of this, I'm kind of starting from ground zero, trying to learn what is important, what is achievable, what is important is specifically the goal here, because not everything that we aim for is important. But yeah, going back to the comment about the person who was telling me that I sounded like I didn't want to be here. I certainly want to be here, or else I wouldn't be doing these readings, okay? But I just feel frustrated that maybe sometimes we're settling in an area or an energy that isn't to our greatest good because we feel like we are unable to break free from that energy, or there's something to prove, or we are limiting ourselves because of the fact that we might fear getting what we want on the other side, even though we are deserving and capable of that energy, okay? Don't know why I needed to communicate that. Very emotional. Like I said, this is the third time I recorded this because I really wanted to communicate that. But in this reading specifically, we're going to be taking a look at your person, the connection in which you're with, or the connection in which you're coming here about, I should say, and taking a look at how this person is feeling specifically about what's going on in the connection at the time in which you click this reading, okay? So obviously connections are up and down, some are complacent, some are challenging, but we're going to look at the current situation and how this person feels, maybe how they want to overcome it, maybe how they're trying to cope or adapt to it, but we're asking spirit for how the person on your mind feels about that exact situation at that time. Okay, so pile number 1 is the Ethereal Visions deck, which I rarely ever use, even though I absolutely love Art Nouveau. If you visited my website, you'll know that I love Art Nouveau, but I feel like the reflection here is always challenging for this channel. And then the Santa Muerte, I also rarely ever use. Reason being, yeah, the 6s and 9s could be inverted, and then you don't know if you're reading a 6 of Swords or a 9 of Swords, and then you start to question every single other card. So I feel like there's a certain level of questioning, okay, with either of these decks. So very interesting, because we want to get to the bottom of the truth, but there is this level of not knowing, or yeah, like doubting ourselves with both of these decks, okay? And then the Morgan Greer. This deck, I feel certain cards here might have one meaning in the Rider-Waite Standard Tarot deck, and then in the Morgan Greer, it might have a slight twist or mean something a little bit different. So it's always interesting to see if we get one of those cards that traditionally would mean one thing, but in this deck means something kind of different. Okay, so I'm excited to do this reading. Sorry for the long intro. I am so blessed to be here. I'm so grateful for my subscribers, and I'm so grateful and blessed for Spirit allowing me to channel and communicate and interpret what it is that I'm seeing in these cards in order to help heal and enable you guys to move forward in this situation. And if you're interested in a private reading, please feel free to visit my website or send me an email if there's something specific you want to see, and I will be more than happy to respond in a way that helps to alleviate some of your questions. All right, so 1, 2, 3, feel free to pause. And if you are drawn to more than one pile, it could very well mean that you're drawn to your own energy, or a mixture of both your energy and your person's energy. Okay, could be all 3. And if that's the case, you might want to listen to all 3, but you'll know intuitively what's resonating and what's not. So feel free to pause, and I will see you at your timestamp. In the description box, you'll see the timestamps, and in the pinned comments. See you in a bit. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1. If you picked the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck, then this is your reading. Now, before we get into your reading, I thought I'd do something different. If you listen to the intro, you'll know that it was different than any other intro I've done. So why not make it different? I'm going to be pulling some charms, okay? And this will give you an idea of whether or not this is your pile. So let's take a look at some clues, some information regarding your situation, and then we'll get into your tarot reading about how your person is actually feeling about the current situation in this connection. Okay, but I'm going to pull some charms. All right, so one fell out. Let's take a look. And if this isn't resonating by the time we're done this, then you might want to go check out another pile. This can certainly be your energy, okay, or a blended energy of you and your person, you'll know, but your person's energy could be in a different pile. But our intention is to look at how your person is feeling currently right now about the state in which the connection is in, okay? So I like to start with the mini tarot, and we have the 4 of Swords, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, and that was kind of coming in reverse, and then we have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so there is a state in which there isn't much movement, okay, because we have both the 4 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, which talks about things coming to a standstill. Somebody is trying to heal from some heartache or a situation in which they are trying to really reflect, okay, and maybe get a truth of themselves, get a truth of a situation. With the Knight of Pentacles talking about, you know, being dedicated and being really determined to plow through a situation and, excuse me, provide stability. With the amount of energy or investment one is making. With this in reverse, I feel like what's happening is maybe your person has been showing dedication and providing consistent consistent, although slow energy towards this connection. It's kind of at a standstill right now, okay? And I think they're being called to work with you at your level and come together in order to collaborate and build something in this connection that is needing to open up in order to work with you. But I feel like this person is stalled at that point. Okay, so maybe they've been showing up with their own energy. Maybe they've been investing their own type of what they felt would be healing to this connection, or whatever way they were able to contribute. But I feel like where they're stalling out and where they're unable to move forward is working with you in building something greater than what has yet manifested in this connection. Okay, so we have the initials U and P and I, and no more initials. So what I really feel from this is somebody has been trying to do it alone again. Okay, with the I feel like your person's most likely been really trying to independently show up in this connection with only what they're able to bring. And then if it involves working with you or having to engage in a way that is opening themselves up to collaboration, they might be pulling away. So I really feel like this I is their inability to work as a team. And I feel like maybe, you know, there is some ego work that your person is learning to shed, or at least they have been in their ego when it comes to this connection. But I do feel like, aside from these being initials I, U, and P, I feel like the only way in this connection right now is up, okay? Because I feel like maybe it's at a state of yeah, it just needs to go up from here. Otherwise, maybe you feel as though the connection could be coming to an end. It's been very stagnant for very long, that there is no more, there's no more down that it could go. The only level really here is level up. I feel like somebody is also leveling up. I level up. I feel like you're leveling up from where you're at in this connection. Okay, and what that means is maybe you've done some shadow work, some healing. You're now identifying that you need more than somebody who maybe is inactive, and that you do need a level of cooperation and collaboration in order for you to move up in this connection. Okay, crown. So this is somebody identifying their self-worth. So I feel like maybe you've identified your self-worth, but I feel like maybe your person is maybe still in their ego, or feeling like there is this sense of their entitlement to something, or maybe they are not stepping into their value or their self-worth right now. So they're settling for what they know they can they're kind of lowering their standards and maybe accepting something that's lower than what they deserve, because at least they won't be rejected, or it's safe. Okay. Cloud. So I do feel like there's a sense of confusion. Okay. So maybe there's been points in this connection where things were clear, and then there are points in this connection where things got turned, where you start to question, where you're unclear as to where this person stands. What do you want? Where do you stand? There's just a cloudy vision of maybe where this connection is going. You're not quite sure as to what your person wants and where it's headed and what this all means for you and your future. Okay, now we do have a little sailboat here, and this talks about movement. It talks about being able to also navigate through maybe our emotions. Okay, and because I feel this is a teeny tiny little sailboat, maybe I feel like somebody's been kind of stepping one toe into their emotions. Could very well be your person. Stepping into what that feels like and kind of testing the waters before maybe making a move, because they're unsure here as to how much they need to really commit. We have the 3 of, just the number 3, which talks about This Three of Pentacles, collaboration. It's also a highly spiritual number, but 3, I feel, is this collaboration, this need to work together, okay? This need to go from working independently from an I to a 2, coming together for 2 individuals to make something greater than themselves. And I feel like that's kind of where this connection is stalling out. Okay, somebody is unable to make that move. Now, I do feel like there is some hope. Now, I feel as though maybe you're losing hope in this connection. And maybe your person is pretty hopeful that this will pan out in the way that they want. But I feel like maybe you guys are in 2 different levels of hope here. Okay, I feel like somebody's losing hope and somebody might be hopeful. But Spirit is wanting you to know that there is hope in moving forward. The bowling pin, this always speaks to me of I, 1. Okay. I feel like somebody is trying to do it alone. Somebody's trying to stand on their own. And maybe they've even been knocked down. Okay, but they're still wanting to do it alone or stand alone or prove to themselves that they're able to go it alone. Okay, and maybe this is the challenge. It's like this independent self that is trying to make it solitary. But I feel like this person is trying to maybe level up from where they're at in order to collaborate from a 1 to a 2, in order to, you know, work on something that's greater than themselves. Ooh, hockey. So maybe somebody here is, plays hockey or likes watching hockey. I feel like hockey is also representative of Canada, so you might be resonating with living in Canada, or your person or you are from Canada. But I feel like hockey is always kind of also a dirty game and very offensive and defensive. So I mean, like any other sports game, it's like a time to be offensive and a time to play defense. So I feel like there's been a lot of back and forth in regards to maybe when your person's been defensive in guarding themselves, and maybe when they've been trying to go after what it is that they want. So it's been causing a lot of confusion. Like, is your person wanting what they're trying to go after? Are they defensive and trying to block you out? Yeah, and also in hockey, they wear a lot of like protective gear. So maybe your person's been very protective of themselves in how they've been showing up in this connection. Now we have a lot of major arcana, like a lot. Okay, so let's go through this major arcana. So we have the moon, which talks about emotions, deep emotions, and maybe looking at a situation from a perspective that isn't the clear truth. So maybe you guys are dealing with partial truths, or maybe your person is looking at the situation from a perspective of partial truths. It also talks about fear and talks about feminine energy here. Okay, emotions. We have the Hangman, and this would speak to this stall with this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like somebody is maybe there's no movement right now because somebody is looking at taking a greater perspective of maybe how they've been envisioning or connecting to this situation from a perspective of seeing things from maybe what isn't the truth. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're now looking at this situation from an enlightened viewpoint, that you've been maybe looking at it from maybe what you wanted to see, or maybe you weren't being completely truthful in the situation, or your person is now kind of seeing things from a different perspective than they have in the past. Okay, now we have the Star here. This talks about healing. This talks about wishes coming true and hope again. So I really feel like your person has a lot of hope in this situation, and maybe I feel like some of you guys are losing hope. Okay, like almost like the situation is something that is almost unattainable right now for you because of them stalling out, maybe them being unclear, them coming kind of guarded, them being kind of in their solo energy, and you're leveling up when it comes to yourself and how you're able to go after your own desires and dreams. Okay. And we have the Empress. This talks about unconditional love, fertility, what could be birthed here in this situation, mother energy, and absolute full abundance. I feel like your person definitely sees you as this Empress, okay? Or you could very well be stepping into your divine feminine energy where you're learning to release yourself from a situation and level up in order to step into your full divine feminine. And you're hopeful that you're able to release a situation that was unclear and uncertain, and you now gained a higher perspective of who you are, what it is that you want when it comes to unconditional love and which way you want to move. And anyone engaging in maybe being a little bit selfish when it comes to I, me, and not moving towards this connection or the greater good of this connection, you're maybe leaning towards what is best for you and the growth that you could have. Okay. The World. This is putting a cycle or something to an end, and I feel like maybe you guys are learning to pull away from this situation because it's been unclear. Maybe your person wasn't able to work with you, so you're learning how to move away one toe at a time, or slowly but surely away from this connection in order to put an end to a cycle here. I feel like your person is probably also at the same time, since I feel there's a lot of mirroring, learning to put an end to their cycle, but I feel like there is a cycle of this situation coming to an end. This can talk about internet, this can talk about distance. So maybe you met your person online, maybe you connect online, maybe they're at a distance, or there's some international worldly yeah, I feel like there's some sort of distance or cultural distance that you guys have, or differences that you guys are learning to reconcile. And maybe you guys met during a worldly event, maybe during COVID, okay? Because I do feel like there is this worldly event that's kind of bringing you guys together here, and or brought you guys together. And yeah, Lovers. I knew I was going to see the Lovers card here. I feel like there's something about this connection that is very much it is very deep and meant to happen. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas. Okay, so I feel like there is a definite need in order to experience this connection, but not only is there a need to experience, I feel like there is a need to choose this connection. And I feel like both you and your person are being challenged with what it means to choose this connection and maybe choose each other. Okay, and sometimes in order to choose each other, we have to choose ourselves. So I feel like somebody is learning to embrace themselves, maybe where they haven't been strong in choosing themselves. And I feel like that might be you. And I feel like your person might be embracing themselves because they are very protected, and they haven't, they don't have the confidence, or at least they're hesitant in working together because maybe they've experienced pain in a situation that made them question whether working with another is for them, or to vulnerably expose themselves to getting hurt. So they've been very guarded. And I feel like both of you guys are kind of maybe leaning into what it means to be independent. But I feel your person's experience is to learn to lean away from only trusting in themselves and leaning into this connection for growth. And I feel like your experience or your lesson is leaning away from this connection in order to lean on yourself, for you to level up and to step into your divine feminine energy. Okay, now we do have this chess piece, and I believe this is the king, okay, in chess. I'm not sure. It could be the, yeah, I feel like this is the king. And then because we have the crown here, so I feel like there is definitely a lot of ego in play that might be getting in the way and could very well be your person's ego. But I feel like the king moves fairly slow. Okay. So maybe your person has been very slow to go after what they want. They've been very orderly and maybe controlling and maybe wanting things to kind of go the way they want. And I do see the key here, and the key talks about solutions, doors opening, opportunity. So I feel like there is an opportunity to provide a solution in this connection that's able to move things forward that maybe hasn't been presented yet. Okay. Feather is talking about, I feel like feathers always talk about ancestor guidance. So if you're going for a walk and you find a feather, it's like confirmation from your ancestors. Maybe you're on the right path, or yeah, there's like this knowing coming from the other side. So maybe you're seeing a lot of synchronicities. Maybe you're finding a lot of feathers here, and feathers come from a bird. So maybe you feel like you're wanting to break free, I feel, from maybe a situation here in which you're not able to move up or grow from, because maybe you've been held back in this situation, or it's been holding you back. I feel like it's been very stalled out, and there's this need to collaborate, and maybe your person has been very restricted in how they've been moving. And then we have this seashell. So I feel like seashell, maybe somebody could definitely live near an ocean body of water. Water talks about deep emotions. But if you put a seashell to your ear, you kind of hear, and the fact that I dropped it and that was super loud, maybe you hear something. Maybe you heard something in this connection that's resonating with you. That you're actually listening to, okay? Like maybe your person has said something that's given you a perspective on this connection that's made you kind of see things differently, in order to find peace for yourself, to move away or to level up from this connection, because maybe you've been unsatisfied. Yeah, I feel like there's something about providing peace or listening to something that has allowed for peace, because I mean, when you listen to a seashell, it has this calming effect. So maybe you're finding calmness in moving away from a situation that was clouded or defensive and unclear and not able to move, putting an end, choosing yourself, finding a solution and how to move forward from a situation that was unclear, a little bit maybe deceptive, maybe you weren't seeing things proper, so you've needed to gain a higher perspective. Okay, I feel like this person has been all about themselves. Maybe they were learning to heal, so they've been neglectful of your needs, and they've been more focused on themselves. And so you've been more focused on your own journey. Maybe with this feather here, it's giving you hope for future, for yourself, what it is that you want in order for there to be unconditional love and for you to kind of move forward. And maybe you've been kind of testing the waters as far as how fast you can move away from a situation step by step here. Okay. Yeah, so if this resonates with you, kind of got lost in that one, then we'll get into your tarot reading. All right, so again, we picked the ethereal visions. So let's take a look at how your person is feeling about this current situation in the connection, okay? So the state in which this connection is at, how your person is feeling, and we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 1's person, how they're feeling right now in this timeless video, when pile 1 clicks on this video, in the state in which the connection is sitting. All right, and thank you so much, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy. I so appreciate that. So if the charms did not resonate, this might not be your pile, okay? Or it could very well be how your person is feeling. And this could very well be your energy now, okay? Or if you were resonating with the charms about how you're feeling, then this is how your person is feeling currently in the situation that the connection is sitting at, okay? So it sounded to me like there was a period of healing, a period of non-movement. So you could be in a period of no contact, but maybe it just feels like things aren't moving. Maybe your person is being unclear and not moving towards you. Felt like somebody was healing here or focusing on their healing. And I felt like you were learning to move away towards what was going to bring you happiness and abundance. Okay, so let's take a look. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy, pile number 1. I'm so blessed and so grateful. And thank you, Spirit, for protecting me and pile number 1 as we channel this energy clear and concise for the greatest good of pile number 1. Thank you so much. All right, what do we have? We have death in reverse. We have justice in reverse. I'm going to keep them as they come out, and it just provides an extra layer of nuance for the cards. Okay, so no need to be alarmed. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Hermit. Okay, so why is death in reverse here, Spirits? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, there's that healing card again. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Seven of Wands. And bottom of the deck energy, we have the World. Okay, so the World was coming out in the charms, and I feel like there is an ending to a cycle or a situation here in this connection, okay? And maybe there needed to be an end of a cycle or a situation in order for things to start moving. And I feel like the World talks about a successful ending of something, okay? So it's like a graduation, a rite of passage, moving from one stage to another stage. So I feel like things are kind of going to plan here as far as what I'm seeing. Okay, so we have Major Arcana and Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana. And I see Libra, Scorpio, Virgo, and blended energies overall. So yeah, mostly Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, okay, for a birth chart of either you or your person, if you're needing that to resonate. So I feel like with the Death in reverse and the Eight of Cups in reverse and the World, okay, so the World talks about an ending, okay, and same with the Death, talks about an ending in order for there to be a new beginning. But the fact that it's reversed, I feel like there is an inability right now to let go of how something is transforming or ending. Okay, and I'm getting two messages. Either you've been reluctant to let go of a situation for some time, but I feel like you are learning to put an end to the situation in order to gain a better footing, okay, in which it wasn't bringing you balance and it wasn't giving you an equal give and take for what you were investing in this connection. Okay, and the Eight of Cups talks about walking away from a situation that maybe at one point emotionally fulfilled you, but is no longer emotionally fulfilling, and now wanting to walk towards something that is going to provide fulfillment, but it is reversed. So reverse means refusal to walk away or putting up with the situation maybe longer than we need to, or something's unjust. but I feel like in this card, this guy is sitting down and looking at the moon. So it's like, maybe you were really fearful of letting go or walking away from a situation, or were sitting in contemplation for quite some time. Okay, and it was you were held up there for some time. Okay, but because we're talking about how your person is feeling right now, I feel like you kind of going through what you're going through, your person is potentially reflecting on the same energy, but it might be impacting them in a different way. For example, I feel like your person is, excuse me, with this Ace of Wands in reverse, this is like being inspired to move towards something that you passionately feel desire for. I feel like there's been an inability to move and to put an end to something, which has caused a lot of imbalance. And I feel like your person has been maybe in a state in which they were, like we said, hung up or held back. But I feel like all of this energy is kind of coming to an end, okay? The Page of Swords talks about somebody kind of maybe communicating, going after what they want, inspired action, moving towards something. It's the early stages of identifying what they want. And I feel like your person was really hung up in trying to figure out what they really want. Maybe they haven't communicated what they really want. Okay, and they've been in this clouded energy of many options, not knowing which way to go. But I feel like they're kind of coming out of this state, because the Four of Swords talks about healing, inactivity, trying to recover from a painful situation. With it in reverse, it's like somebody coming out of a state of maybe where they had to heal and decide what they wanted. Okay, they were unable to communicate this. And I feel like this is really around stability. So your person has been really reflective, I feel, around what's going to bring them this Ten of Pentacles. And this is like securing their own future, what they want for their own future. And I feel like they've been really holding on to a situation that wasn't emotionally fulfilling them out of fear of moving forward towards what maybe they would bring them a Ten of Pentacles, would bring them stability, but it's almost like settling for an 8 rather than a 10, because at least they don't have to risk the unknown here with the moon. There's some fear in moving towards, so they're kind of hanging on to a situation. Okay, and I feel like your person has been really reflecting in this energy with the Hermit, really looking at what was going to bring them this Ten of Pentacles, and maybe really even looking at, you know, why they're hanging on to a situation that is emotionally unfulfilling, and what it would take for them to move forward and break away from some of this fear in order to fight for what it is that they want here with the Seven of Wands. This is somebody who is fighting and maybe, yeah, accepting a challenge and stepping forward towards what they want here. Could very well even be like a defensive position here that your person has been taking, because I feel like they really wanted to fight for or look at what this Ten of Pentacles means and what it would mean to put an end to a cycle here with the World card. Yeah, I feel like both pages in reverse, your person hasn't really been... Did I read this as the Page of Wands? This is a Page of Swords. I might have read this as the Page of Wands, which is interesting because now we have the Page of Wands here. So, inability to move after what they want here, okay? This inspired drive to go after what they truly want. And I feel like with this Page of Swords, this talks about somebody who might be snooping, sneaky. I feel like they were information gathering. Maybe they were acting in a way that was, yeah, like justice in reverse, like not in their greatest light. You know, maybe doing things that they knew to be kind of beneath them in order to find out answers about you and this situation, or at least sticking to a situation sticking to a situation that wasn't bringing them a sense of justice or bringing them what they wanted, because they were trying to find an ending or a way to put an end to a cycle here. Okay, because I feel like your person is really wanting to fight for their own stability and recognize where there might have been an emotional imbalance. And I feel like they were really unclear, but Seven of Cups in reverse, this is coming out of a state maybe of uncertainty, or it could very well be they were very confused and still very confused, because we have this Page of Swords in reverse, which is maybe the beginning of clarity. And the fact that it's in reverse, it's like they weren't even sure what was a certain thing here. Okay, they weren't sure what was a certain thing. We did see clouds in the charms, and we're seeing justice in reverse. The only reason why I feel like maybe they're coming out of this is because we have this Four of Swords in reverse, which is someone coming out of this reflective period. And the Seven of Cups in reverse can mean exiting a period where we've been unsure or undecided in options and kind of moving away from it. Okay, but maybe they haven't communicated this to you so far. Okay, so let's take a look at some more regarding your person's feelings in this connection. Thank you so much for pile number one's message, Spirit. Can we take a look at how is pile number one's person feeling about the situation or the circumstance right now in this connection? Where are they sitting energetically in regards to how they're feeling about this connection and what is going on right now in the connection? Thank you, spirits. All right. I'm going to do one more shuffle like that, and then we'll... Okay. So we have the Hierophant, some Taurus energy. We have the Hermit coming out again, so Virgo, so heavy earth energy. Your person or you could definitely have earth placements in your chart. The Three of Cups. The Empress in reverse. So more Taurus energy here with the Empress, I believe, and it is in reverse. Okay. The King of Wands in reverse. The Eight of Wands. The World coming out again in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse. The Devil in reverse. So we have some Capricorn energy. So we got all the earth signs now. Some Taurus, some Leo. And we have the Queen of Pentacles, more earth energy here with Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, okay? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So two aces. One ace talking about grounding, okay? Manifesting something, planting a seed for manifestation in this earthly plane. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which talks about an emotional new beginning that might have been blocked, okay? So let's take a look at what we have. The Hierophant talks about this level of higher commitment. There could very well be a need to bring this connection to a higher level of commitment here with the Hierophant. Okay, it can also talk about somebody's life, way they live their life, or their social structure, or their beliefs, or religion, institutions, higher learnings, a way that they've been kind of managing themselves. I feel like your person has been really wrapped up in taking a look at how they've been engaged in their own life lessons and how they've been managing themselves with this Hermit. So they might have been really closed off or pulled away in reflecting what this looks like. Okay, and the Eight of Wands talks about forward movement, momentum, breakthrough, communication, travel. I feel like your person has been trying to resolve something in their social world of how they've been dealing with their own reality, okay, aside from this connection, and being very proactive in managing that. They might have even had a breakthrough of how they've been socially adapting or contributing to how they've been showing up in their world, and needing to kind of put an end to maybe something that was conflicting with this connection specifically in order for them to manifest a future in this connection, which has been delayed, because I feel like the World in reverse is something that needs to come to an end and hasn't quite come to an end, or needing closure. So I feel like they understand that there's something here they need to put a rapid end to. Maybe they haven't even communicated to you what this looks like or what it is that they want for themselves in order to move forward. Okay. Three of Cups talks about a lot of things, but could be how we socially engage ourselves, because I do see the Hierophant here. It could be their friend group, their everyday commitments to how they've been engaging or living their lives, or how they've been socializing, where they're engaging and spending time and celebrating and putting in energy. Okay, but I feel like where they're engaging, putting in energy, celebrating, although content, there is this level of not bringing complete emotional fulfillment to oneself, because the Ace of Cups talks about the ability to fully love oneself or bring an emotional fulfillment to oneself and love yourself enough to overfill your cup so that you're able to move on to the Two of Cups. And I feel like this in reverse, I feel like your person has been blocked with showing themselves love, and maybe they've been more wrapped up in engaging in third-party situations with friends, light-hearted energies, not taking things so serious. This is how they've been structuring their life, providing meaning in their life, is hanging out with friends and being able to engage in a way where they're more not having to open up deeply to what it means to have this deep emotional fulfillment of self and what they want to go after, to open up this new emotional fulfillment for themselves. Okay, so I feel like there's a need to kind of put this to an end if they want to move forward towards this connection or plant something in this connection. Now, the Empress in reverse, again, this kind of reinforces that although maybe they're celebrating and hanging with friends, there is this lack of deep love, like true love of self and unconditional love. And the Empress in reverse is like all things abundant and being able to be fully fulfilled. I feel like there's a block here with the Empress in reverse. Can even talk about maybe even having mother wounds. So maybe a person is trying to heal through traumas of feeling love for themselves based on some experience they've had in childhood. So they've been leaning on more superficial type connections here. Okay, and maybe they've been leaning on the superficial aspects of this connection. The Devil in reverse talks about them needing to release this devil energy where they're feeling like they're being held back, and maybe they've been over satisfying themselves in a way that is bringing them satisfaction, but not the type of satisfaction that was going to open them up to a true deep unconditional love here. So they're needing to kind of put an end to a cycle here Okay, and I feel like they're really taking a hard look at how they're committing themselves and their energy and engaging, okay, and trying to release some of this devil energy that has been holding them back. And I feel like they've been unable to move here with this Knight of Wands in reverse and going after what they want. And I feel like they're not wanting to have flighty energy where they kind of just go in sporadically in the moment after superficial type energy. Okay, because this could talk about superficial type love, and the Knight of Wands is kind of superficial. Even the Three of Cups has this like light energy. And the Devil can talk about, you know, engaging in areas where we might be held back due to toxic behaviors. Maybe there was a need to restore some sort of trauma or restore some balance in some trauma that they've been experiencing when it comes to self-love and going after a deep sense of love that they absolutely want. So they've been kind of held back. Okay, and I feel like this Queen of Pentacles could very well be your energy here. Okay, this is Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and I feel like there is a sense of stability, caring, somebody who's nurturing, who's like mother energy again coming through. Okay, so maybe you are a mother, maybe you're a mother to their child, maybe they see you as the mother of their child, and they're unable to give you this unconditional love and provide stability in this situation here or move towards this. Because they've been kind of held back in some area that they're needing to resolve before they move forward. Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, and put an end to maybe some conflict or how they've been showing up here with this Five of Swords. Let's take a look at another layer. Okay, and then we'll pull some oracle cards as well. So, Spirit, thank you so much for pile number one's message in regards to how their person is feeling. Can we take a look at a deeper layer in regards to how pile number one's person is feeling about the current situation or circumstance going on with pile number one? Thank you so much. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Hermit coming out again in the same position. Let's keep going. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Strength card. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, why is the Wheel of Fortune reversed here, Spirit? We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. And we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So why is the Ten of Wands here, Spirit? We have the Nine of Wands, and then why is Strength here? We have the Seven of Swords, and why is the Five of Pentacles here? Three of Cups, and I do feel this one wanting to come out with the Eight of Swords. And bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles, Death in reverse again. Now let's pull some oracles. Got three of them that have popped out. So we have Imagine and Deep Knowing and Observer. Okay, so let's just shimmy these over. Okay, so how's your person feeling? Okay, Wheel of Fortune feels like things might be turning in such a way that isn't the greatest, okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune talks about what goes up must come down, but like when it's upright, it's like things turning for your favor. When it's reversed, it's like things maybe now not turning out in such a great way. And I feel like your person is kind of really fixated on what's not working out right now in this situation. With the Ten of Cups being in reverse, it's like they're recognizing where they're not emotionally fulfilled in this current situation, because there was an emphasis on them focusing on that Three of Cups, okay, like light-hearted, superficial type energies. And I feel like they're not feeling this Yeah, they're not really feeling as engaged as maybe they could be or should be in that energy anymore, and wanting to pursue or follow up or start in that area. I feel like they're trying to release themselves from an area that might have at one point provided them some sort of emotional happiness, but now is just kind of not doing it for them anymore, that they've been kind of stuck in a cycle. And I feel like there's a recognition on this, okay? But it's causing this heavy burden on this person. They're feeling really burdened by having to actually do something about this. So they might have been really guarded and putting up their wall here with the Nine of Wands, and they've gone through quite a bit in their experience with this. And now that they recognize maybe where what isn't working, they're now trying to gain perspective as to what it is that they need to do. But they're feeling very overloaded, and maybe they're kind of like stalling and moving forward towards what they want, and just kind of in protective mode, and not engaging maybe in where they would engage normally, because of the fact they've recognized something needing to come to an end. And they're using all of their kind of power, or their control, in order to even just maintain their position. And I think their position right now is, no matter how heavy this burden is, I recognize that there is a cycle here that's not bringing me emotional fulfillment, that I'm going to have to put my guards up against, okay, and fight against. And I feel like they have been, with the Seven of Swords, I don't feel like they've been communicating this to you. And I don't feel like they're maybe even communicating to their friend group or to their situation in which they're pulling away from, why they've been kind of acting in the way that they have been acting. I feel like they're, again, going solo, kind of going rogue, trying to figure out what's best for them and salvage for themselves what it is that they want out of a situation or circumstance. I think they're really trying to identify what that looks like, but I feel like they're certain it's not the state in which they're with, okay, which taking quite a bit of strength here. And I feel like this Five of Pentacles talks about being down and out, feeling left out in the cold. And I feel like they're feeling this state of, you know, feeling left out in the cold when it comes to these superficial type light energies. I mean, the Three of Cups is definitely, you know, celebrating and coming together, but there is this lack of feeling like something is missing. Okay, and I feel like because your person's been in this state for quite some time, seeing that world over and over again, that they're wanting to figure out, why is this making them feel like something is missing? So they're in this Eight of Swords energy, which is an inability to break free from some limitation that we have put ourselves in. Maybe we've told ourselves a belief of what's holding us back in a situation. So they're feeling like, with this Two of Pentacles, there's this need to prioritize, again, this connection or what it is that they want. And I feel like they're just trying to remove themselves from a situation that they were really involved with, and setting up their boundaries so that they're able to prioritize and figure out which way to juggle, or figure out how to control this situation towards what they actually want. Yeah, there's this, they're still in the process of letting go of a state here, okay, a state of cycle that hasn't completely come to an end. I feel like they're, with the Imagine, it's like using their ability to hang on to there being something more than just this Three of Cups, and then being limited to a Three of Cups, okay? And I feel like there is this desire to step outside of just something that's bringing them a Three of Cups, in order to go after a Ten of Cups situation, which is like full emotional fulfillment. And I feel like they have this intuition, or this deep knowing, that this connection could potentially bring them this full Ten of Cups, and that engaging in a Three of Cups situation is not quite bringing that towards them. Okay, so there's this understanding, and there's this fantasy about what it would be like to have a Ten of Cups. So right now they're just kind of observing, with that Four of Swords that we were seeing in the Charms, and then we were seeing in the first go around, that they're really taking kind of a removed stand in looking at their situation. in where is their happiness? Where is their an ability for them to go after a 10 of Cups? Because I don't feel like they're certain right now where to put their energy, where to put their control, where they can be kind of a little more pointed in their actions. Okay, so let's pull some oracles here before we wrap up in regards to pile number 1's person and how they're feeling. Spirit, thank you so much for that clear and concise message. Can we get some more for pile number 1? Some more clarifiers, some more information for pile number 1 and how they're feeling right now in their situation. Thank you. Lovers. Okay, so that is having a choice, and I feel like there is a choice to be made here. We were seeing with the 2 of Pentacles, it talks about prioritizing and options, and I feel like there is this 3 of Pentacles, or sorry, 3 of Cups energy that we were seeing over and over again, which is friends, light energy, lighthearted celebrations, networking, and then we're seeing this 10 of Cups, which is ultimate emotional fulfillment with another here for there to be either yeah, like a family or long-term emotional fulfillment rather than short-term emotional fulfillment. Okay, so I feel like your person is contemplating what that looks like with this Lovers. That's also Gemini energy. Okay, and we do have Leo here as well. And like I said, heavy Virgo, because we were seeing heavy Earth energy. Thief, this is the 7 of Swords coming out again. So yeah, I feel like your person has felt like they might have been even selling themselves short, okay? Because this 3 of Cups doesn't really provide them the full emotional fulfillment that they haven't been getting, that I think they're recognizing with the Hermit that is out there for them. They're imagining this possibility. I think this connection has opened their eyes to there being a 10 of Cups potential for them, but that they've been in this 7 of Swords, which is, you know, maybe selling themselves short, maybe deceiving themselves by telling themselves that this is all that there was, or this is all that they deserve, and then not going after this 10 of Cups, so that they wouldn't disappoint themselves in kind of going after what they truly find fulfilling. Bad health. So bad health. I feel like your person could even be going through some sort of depression or a state where they are feeling, because we're seeing that 4 of Swords, a state where they're unable to choose an option or move towards something that they want, because they feel they're unable to clearly and physically move towards something at this point until they put an end to a situation. And it could really be taking a toll on this person, which is maybe why, if some of you guys feel like this person has been removed or disconnected or distracted, I feel like they're really working on healing themselves from a situation that was not as fulfilling as they were pretending or telling themselves was yeah, was as engaging as they thought. Here with the Lovers, this is like a deep, you know, a deep fulfilling, loving relationship, and I feel like your person might have been settling on this 3 of Cups energy and knowing that there is a 10 of Cups out there, having this knowing, okay, and witnessing and observing this 10 of Cups energy that they could have with you has made them really want to deal with this situation that they're in. Yeah, so I feel like this has really been a big blow to them, and maybe this is shadow work that has literally taken them off their feet, and they're feeling very overwhelmed with having to come to that realization. So I feel like they've been really wrapped up in that surrender. Yeah, I feel like they're needing to embrace the fact that this 3 of Cups is not a 10 of Cups. Okay, and maybe they've been building their world around a 3 of Cups and telling themselves that they've been emotionally fulfilled or that it was enough. Fear. Yeah, so I do feel like there is a lot of fear in shifting away from this Three of Cups and going after what they want, which is why they've been fairly guarded. Frustration. Yeah, the person is definitely in that state of, I think they're going through recognizing, okay? They're observed, they saw what they know now, they've used their imagination as far as what a Ten of Cups could be, and they've recognized here with reflection that they're in a state that is not panning out the greatest when it comes to their full emotional fulfillment. We saw there with the Empress in reverse. It isn't this true deep love, and it's been this Three of Cups surface type energy. So I feel like there's a sense of frustration. There's a need to accept this truth, and they're needing to release themselves from this Eight of Swords, but they're feeling kind of really down and out about this, okay? They're feeling like there's a sense of lack, that they didn't have what it was that they thought that they had all along, and they're kind of needing to deal with this ego blow, okay, before they can certainly move forward here with this Cup of Offering, Page of Cups, and communicate how they're feeling in this connection. I think they're really looking back at their Hierophant and their situation where they invested, and they're needing to really surrender to the fact that this is not a situation that's going to be bringing them the happiness that they want, and they're going to have to choose something different. And I feel like they're still kind of looking at the situation in the past rather than looking forward towards what this connection is, okay? So that's their current state of how they're feeling right now about this situation. Sorry it was a little long. I hope that this resonated. If this did resonate, please leave a like and leave a comment, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye. Hi friends, if you picked the Sante Morte deck, pile number 2, then this will be your reading. Now, we will start with the charms, and this will give you an idea of whether or not this is your pile, okay? So we're asking your person's feelings about the current situation in this connection and how they're feeling about it. Okay, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you watch this reading, it is how your person is feeling about the current state of the connection and the circumstance that's going on. So we'll pull some charms and see if this is resonating before we get into your person's feelings, okay? So let's take a look at what we have. So we'll start with the mini tarot. So we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the Five of Wands, and then we have the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. So again, this could be your energy or your person's energy. Just take what resonates, okay? Because this could be you tapping into your own energy, and there could be messages here for you. But what I'm seeing here is I'm feeling as though this might be your energy, but there is somebody here who is emotionally feeling torn because of how deeply they're feeling here in this connection, and trying to control their feelings and trying to maintain a level of control when it comes to how they're emotionally investing in this connection. But they're unable to move away from this situation because they feel like they're kind of maybe stuck, or they've been fighting for this connection, or yeah, they're like conflicted and they're wanting to move away, but I feel like they're kind of stuck in moving to something that is a little more peaceful, maybe something that's a little bit more yeah, a bit more calming here. So they've been kind of stuck, I feel, fighting for this connection. But I feel like the Queen of Cups in reverse could very well be somebody who is overly emotional, like fatal attraction, very much pouring of emotions, and this has been causing a lot of conflict. Or it could certainly mean somebody who could very well be closed off from expressing their emotions because they have faced a lot of conflict, and they're looking at a way to move away from this connection but haven't done so yet. Okay, so the number 8 could be significant, which is the month of August, and also is the sign of infinity. Could be infinite amount of potential within this person's opportunity here. Also the sign on the strength card. So I could feel like this person's trying to grab or gain their reserves in order to move away from this connection or move on from strife and conflict in this connection, that they've been investing a lot of their emotions and pouring a lot of their emotions. So they're overly, yeah, they feel like they've invested so much of their emotions that they're overly exhausted here. Okay, so with the initials, we have the letter L, the letter N. Now this could be either your initials or your person's initials. Another N here. Okay, so Lynn could be. I'm also getting Nicole. So we have the birthday cake here, and we also have the number 5 because the 5 candles. So you guys could have been together for 5 months, 5 weeks, 5 years. May could be significant for an anniversary for you guys, or a birthday in May, but I feel like there is this celebration. Maybe somebody celebrated a birthday recently. Okay, and then we have this hashtag or this pound, which is with social media. So maybe you guys met through social media or have a connection through social media here. Maybe somebody has the number 8 in their phone number here. Okay. I also feel this is like an emphasis on something. Okay, so maybe there's an emphasis on forever. Maybe that's something that you guys have promised. Interesting. There's this paper airplane. Okay, so maybe there's been a lot of messages going back and forth. Maybe messages about what traveling would look like towards one another. Okay. Maybe even messages have been inconsistent, I'm getting for a lot of you guys. Okay. Sports. So you guys could very well be engaged in sports. Maybe a person likes to watch sports or you like sports, but sports is coming through heavy here. Maybe somebody's a coach or involved in sports. You have the snowflake, and this always reminds me of Christmas because it's wrapping paper, but wintertime could be significant right now, or when you guys met here with the snowflake. Also could talk about one of a kind, unique, a snowflake. Yeah, somebody who's really, really unique. January, December could be significant here with the snowflake. Okay, or Christmas time. Christmas could be significant. Then we have this seashell, this conch shell. And somebody could very well live near the ocean here with this shell, or yeah, maybe there's some tropical place you guys have been together or have talked about visiting together with this seashell. Okay, maybe somebody is really wrapped up in their shell and unable to kind of come out of their shell here. Okay, we have this chain, and this always gives me heavy devil energy because in the devil card there is this bound to chains and feeling bound to something or chained to something, ball and chain. Maybe your person feels as though they're stuck in a situation that they can't break free of. Maybe this connection has made them feel kind of restricted in some way. Maybe you guys feel chained to each other, like you can't quite break free from this connection. It's kind of feeling that from this Six of Swords, like someone wanted to move away, but they were unable to break free from this connection. Okay, and then we have this little yellow dog, which is kind of similar to the dog you see in the Fool card. So this is like somebody who is wanting to take a leap of faith. Maybe it talks about, you know, how dogs are loyal and friendly. Maybe your person has been your friend. Maybe they've been very loyal to you, or you want to be loyal, which is making it very difficult for you to move away from this situation here with this dog. And we have this coin, which reminds me of earth energy. Okay, that's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, because it looks like a pentacle, but it is an earring. Okay, it's a clip-on earring. So I feel like, yeah, maybe your person is into jewelry or into more materialistic type vanity, but I also feel like maybe this could very well be planting material abundance with the one pentacle here and hanging on to it. Okay, maybe they're looking for building on their pentacles. Maybe they have one and it feels like they need more stability here because there's a little lopsided with just one pentacle here. Okay, one earring. Maybe they feel like they need another pentacle or some more to their stability here to be kind of complete or build on it. Here we have the penguin. Okay, so penguin, I mean, penguins are really cute. So maybe penguins are significant here, but penguins can't fly. And it doesn't seem to be something that holds them back, but I feel like maybe maybe when you got to know your person, maybe you expected them to be one certain way and they turned out to be a different way, or vice versa. Maybe they kind of looked at you as someone who had some sort of ability or maybe more abundance that wasn't quite what you had or what you were what you were able to provide or have. Okay, now we have the heart charm here with the flower. So maybe flowers or hearts are significant for you guys, and the flower is in the heart. So maybe you guys gave each other flowers that kind of stayed in your heart or brought emotional warmth to your heart. And we have this chess piece, and I believe this is the king. Okay, so could very well be that somebody was monopolizing this connection as the king with this chess piece and considering their needs. Okay, or maybe playing more of a what's in it for me type game rather than collaborating, which is maybe why there was a need or a desire to move away from conflict here. Okay, so if this sounds like your energy or the connection, we'll get into the reading. So I'm just going to move this. And we will take a look at the tarot. Okay, Sante Morte. And we're looking at your person's energy in regards to how are they feeling right now about the circumstance and the situation going on with pile number 2. How are they feeling right now? Okay, so like I said, energy does fluctuate, so this could very well be just in the moment in which you are watching this reading. So things could certainly change, but it's the vibration of energy when you're watching this reading. So we will ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 2. Thank you so much, Spirits. And thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy of you and your person and how they are feeling right now. All right, clear and concise, Spirits. All right. Okay, so we have strength, and we'll leave it as it comes out. So strength in reverse. So again, we have Leo energy. Like I said, August could certainly be significant. We have the Hierophant in reverse, okay, which is Taurus energy. We have the Two of Swords. It is in reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Five of Wands in reverse. All right, so Five of Wands was coming out in the Charms in reverse. Why is this Strength card in reverse? We have the Five of Cups in reverse. Why is the Hierophant in reverse? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, why is this Two of Swords in reverse here? We have the Page of Cups and in reverse. And why is this Page of Pentacles here? We have the Page of Swords in reverse. And then finally, why is this Five of Wands here? We have the Lovers. Okay, and bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. All right, so to get the signs kind of out of the way here, we have Leo, Taurus, Gemini, and some Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here, okay? So what is going on here? I feel like there is this almost inability to fight through or to decide foolishly on your person's behalf, because the Hierophant talks about somebody's, maybe their lifestyle or their culture or their religion or their beliefs or their learnings or their social structure. With this in reverse, it's almost like to their detriment of, this is kind of the weakness that I find is kind of enabling them to move forward and choose this connection. And I feel like there is, with all these pages here, 3 pages talk about learnings, okay, initial stages, talks about communication, could talk about children. So maybe there has been some foolish hang up, okay, when it comes to children, but it can also talk about this type of a understanding that might be sacrificing this connection when it comes to how to move forward with the basic fundamentals of stuff, is what I'm feeling here with the Pentacles, Swords, and Cups. Cups talks about emotions, okay, love, desires, yeah, emotions and desires here, where the Pentacles talks more about the practical stuff, okay, the material stuff, the practical stuff, the earthly stuff, and Swords talks about beliefs, as far as what you know to be true, your logic, your thought, okay, and maybe how you express yourself. And I feel like all these in reverse feel like, yeah, like there is this inability to move forward based on this person's, maybe, because this could very well be how you're feeling, okay, which is kind of changing here on me. Maybe your person is not showing up in these areas in a way that makes sense, or that you feel is really showing this progression and this connection to the degree in which you're wanting to see. I feel like you could very well be this Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is very intelligent and very no bullshit and very clear cut as to what it is that she wants. And maybe you've been very direct in what you're wanting to see in these areas, and maybe your person has been maybe a little bit not very intelligent when it comes to how they're showing up in these areas. And I feel like here with this Five of Cups, this talks about being sad, regretful, depressed, looking at a situation from remorse. And this in reverse could be like either very extreme, or it could just certainly mean that you've been and maybe in the state and looking at a way to release yourself and move forward from a situation that you've accepted the fact that there is this, I was going to say immaturity, but almost like this different level of where your person is engaged, where you're engaged and where you're wanting to move forward. It's causing a lot of conflict, and you're wanting to have some more competition when it comes to this area. Healthy competition, rather than somebody maybe who is maybe a yes ma'am or not pushing back on these areas. Maybe they're kind of immature or foolishly kind of weak when it comes to making a stand on what they think, what they believe in love, going after what they want, planting things for their own future, being determined. And I feel like with this Five of Wands, this is conflict, challenges, and within a reverse, it could be healthy conflict in competitions, or coming out of some sort of healthy some sort of competition. But But I feel like you're wanting a connection with this Lovers that is allowing you to have some sort of healthy competition and challenge that's going to spark your yeah, with this Lovers. This is going after something that you truly love, that's deep to your heart. There's an understanding here with this Queen of Swords that maybe you don't want to be so logical about something. You want to chase up on love. Okay. This is supposed to be about how your person feels. Could very well be how your person's feeling. Maybe there's an instability or a perception of you being in this page energy when it comes to these areas, and they're unable to move forward in this connection. So they're choosing to move away, or wanting to move away, or make a decision away from this connection. Three of Cups in reverse. The Three of Cups talks about celebrations, coming together, network circle, people, happy times, but could talk about reconciliation, third party energy. In here I see, yeah, like almost like this male with two females. It was in reverse. So maybe, I don't know, maybe there is a third party type situation here that you're getting clear about that isn't providing you these areas of fulfillment, and you're wanting more of a one-on-one. We're not having to compete in a way that maybe isn't fulfilling anymore, or that seemed like it was some way you had to compete but was providing you no fulfillment. Here is Sante Morte, which is the Death card in reverse. So yeah, I feel like there is a situation that needs to come to an end, or acceptance of an ending, so that there is a new beginning. Okay, I feel like there is I can't help but feel there might be children involved, and I also can't help but feel like maybe communication has been something and now is completely blocked. I feel like maybe you've stopped communicating because this person is really irrational, or not understanding at all, or not of the mind that's going to understand what it is that you're saying here. So you feel like you're kind of speaking a different language. This is a different energy. Okay, so let's read some more about how your person is feeling, okay, about this situation specifically. Spirit, thank you so much for that clear and concise message. We're looking for pile number 2 in regards to how is their person feeling right now about the situation with pile number 2, this current situation, the circumstance. How are they feeling about the circumstance that's going on right now between them and pile number 2? Okay, now we have the Strength in upright. Thank you, Spirit. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, and it is in reverse. And we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. And we have the 3 of Swords upright. I don't think I've ever seen this card. 3 of Swords, all right. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so why is the Strength card here? Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, why is this Wheel of Fortune here in reverse? This is the 9 of Wands. Okay, why is the 8 of Cups here in reverse? The Ace of Cups. Why is this 3 of Swords here? And we have the 3 of Cups, and it is in reverse. Okay, and then finally, why is this Knight of Pentacles here? 2 cards coming out. We have the Star, and we also have the Knight of Cups. It is in reverse. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the Empress, and I'm going to pull some oracles here. All right, so we can get some more. Spirit for pile number 2. How is pile number 2's person feeling about this situation and the circumstance right now? We have happy, happy. with the number 26. Now that was wanting to come in reverse. In fact, I will leave it. We have new life. And we also have orphaned. And I will leave it as it came out. Bottom, we have unfinished symphony. Yeah, I feel like this situation might have outstayed its welcome for a lot of you guys, is what I'm feeling. There's a need to kind of maybe go after a true sense of love of self. And what I'm feeling here is that maybe you or your person, if this is again about how your person is feeling, so let's keep it about your person. There's this like mustering of strength here in order to find their true happiness, because they've been unhappy in this situation that has been kind of looped in an unhappy type cycle for them, where they're not getting emotional fulfillment, but they're kind of stuck in this situation, and they're wanting to really move out of this situation to find their true happiness. It's caused a lot of heartbreak here for them with this Three of Swords. And I feel like they wanted, although they've been very dedicated and focused in this connection, I feel like they want to focus and dedicate themselves towards what's going to bring them emotional fulfillment here with this Empress. This is divine feminine energy. This is an unconditional, deep sense of love and abundance. Okay, Eight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they've been unable to break free from this situation. Okay, and then the Page of Wands here in reverse. This is not taking the initiative and going after what they want here and being fairly guarded. So maybe how they're showing up right now is, although they're not contributing and showing an interest, they're kind of here guarded, protective of their energy, but their desire is to have an emotional new beginning in order to satisfy themselves and go after what emotionally is going to fulfill them. So I feel like this connection here has been heartbreaking. Potentially it's a third-party situation that was unable to bring them fulfillment, or they're not wanting to reconcile this connection anymore because they've been heartbroken too much here, and they might even be looking towards what they're doing right now to kind of heal themselves. Might be like over drinking or over partying or overdoing something in which they're trying to cover up this heartbreak. Yeah, I feel like with the star here, this is wishes coming true and passions and desires. And the Knight of Cups talks about going after and towards what it is that we really love. I feel like they're unable to move towards what they really want. So maybe they're kind of hung up in this situation here with you. Again, like I said, this could very well be your energy and how you're engaging in this connection here. But I feel like there's a desire here to have a new life in order to, this happy talks about going after what it is that truly makes you happy here. Orphaned. This is like Five of Pentacles type energy. I feel like your person wants to get out of a state where they're feeling out in the cold and go enjoy themselves and start anew and move towards their true happiness here. Unfinished symphony. Yeah, I feel like there's a need to let go of something that has been unhappy or unfulfilling for quite some time here, okay, in order for them to step into this emotional new beginning. But there's an inability to let go here with the Eight of Cups and let go of this connection. And there is, like I said, a cycle that continues to repeat itself here, and your person's trying to muster the strength in order to break away or move towards what they truly want here with the Star. And maybe they need to heal before they recognize or allow themselves to move towards what they truly want here. Okay, so let's pull actually some of these oracles first to give some more. Thank you so much, Spirit, for a clear and concise message for pile number 2. Can we get some more information for pile number 2? Thank you. We have the family room with the number 21 or the number 3. We have official person with the number 22. And then we have adjudication number 30. And that was in reverse. I'm going to leave it in reverse. I believe this might be a marriage. Okay, maybe your person is a lawyer or stuck in the legal system somehow. But I feel like the adjudication talks about you know, even a marriage and legal proceedings with this in reverse. I feel like there is an end to maybe some sort of marriage here. Okay, family room talks about, I mean, it's definitely a home that's built together. I feel like there is this ending of, or a need to put an end to a marriage or a situation that is not emotionally fulfilling. Okay, and this is how your person is feeling, heartbroken. I don't like leaving this connection in this way. Let's pull some more of this oracles here. Spirit, can we get some more in regards to, for pile, okay, pile number 2. We have strength, again, coming out, and then we had rest. I feel like this message for you could be to lean in on your strength. Maybe there's a period in which you guys need to take some time apart in order to find your strength to move towards and have the ability to move towards what you want. But there does definitely need to be some healing here in order for there to be growth. And I feel like the growth is individual growth. Okay. I feel like individually you guys need to grow in order for you guys to potentially come together to build on this, or at least to recognize what wasn't working in order to have growth forward. And I feel like something is definitely stagnant. Something is definitely stalled. Someone is really unable to move forward here, but they're truly unhappy. And they're hanging on to an unhappy situation that's not bringing them any fulfillment. And they're wanting an emotional new beginning. They're wanting to go after this, their passions, love, desires. But yeah, they're just not moving at this time, or maybe they're not even communicating this anymore in the situation. But I feel like they feel like it would be around beginning a new life separate from this connection. Okay, so this is what I see here for pile number 2. Could very well, like I said, be your energy. If this is your person's energy, then this is how they're feeling. Hopefully that's not resonating for you guys in that other way, but I will leave that in your hands. And thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. If you want, you can definitely go check out another pile. And leave a like, leave a comment. I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. You picked the Morgan Greer Tarot. Okay, so before we get into the tarot deck, looking at how your person is currently feeling about this situation or circumstance that you're in with your person and how they're feeling specifically about that, we're going to take a look at the charms so that you know whether or not this is your pile. So we'll ask spirits for some messages here, clear and concise, for pile number 3, so they know that this is indeed their pile. Okay, and I dropped a charm, so I'm going to go grab that. And I'll pull some more. All right, so we have the number 64. Okay. Oops, dropped an initial here. June 4th could be significant, or April 6th. Okay, or maybe somebody was born in 1964. But 64 is significant here. Okay, so initials, we have G, C, B, T. Okay, interesting. Maybe someone is from BC. Okay, we have the number, 25. So maybe somebody's 25 years old or 52 years old. May or February could be significant as far as dates. Okay, May 2nd or February 5th. Let's take a look at the mini tarot and see what we see. Okay, so we have the King of Swords, we have the 10 of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the 6 of Swords, we have the 2 of Swords, we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. Look at all these swords. We have the 2 of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Cups. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay, so we have 2 queens here, which could very well be another energy interfering here. Okay. Just take what resonates. But I see with all of these swords, I feel like maybe you and your person intellectually connect on an intellectual level. And maybe you guys are able to communicate with one another intellectually. And maybe this is kind of how you guys engage, or your love language. Okay, I do see counterparts with the Queen and King of Swords. I do see an ending in between both of you guys here. So there could have been a time where this connection might have come to a painful end, and where you guys had to move away in order to find stability away from this connection. But I feel like here with this 2 of Swords, this talks about an indecision or an inability to make a choice or a decision. And the 8 of Swords talks about being held back by maybe mental thoughts. But the fact that it is in reverse, I feel like there is this maybe you feel as though there's this inability to prioritize how you're emotionally feeling about a situation, because of the fact that all signs point to maybe this being a different way than how you're feeling. So your mind is telling you one thing, where your heart might be telling you something else, and you're kind of trying to juggle between the two in order to make a decision whether this connection is something you want to continue investing yourself with and allowing yourself to move towards or not. Okay. I do feel like that is your energy here, but we do have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Okay. And then with the water sign here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, could very well be placement in the birth chart. And I feel like if you're resonating with the third party, your person has been very conflicted, in all signs kind of pointing towards you being the right option here. But maybe they were emotionally invested or involved with somebody here who is this water energy, who might have been a past, an ex, or someone who they're investing or deciding between. Okay, and if you're not resonating with that, it could very well be you're deciding between. More of a logical type energy here with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then this more creative, intuitive type energy with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay, and we have hockey again. This came out twice now, so hockey could very well, for me, this could mean you're from Canada, because obviously that's our national sport. But maybe what's going on here with the hockey is that there's this like back and forth banter. I feel like there's an a mental dialogue between you and your person. Maybe that's been going on for a while. And I feel like somebody's kind of decided to move away because maybe there was some indecision here in moving forward, or moving the puck forward, or maintaining in the game, I guess, so to speak, of this connection. You're becoming very defensive. Okay. And we have a crown here in this pin, which is beautiful with the little gem. I feel like there is, with the crown, this could talk about somebody kind of finding their self-worth. Just putting the backing on. This is somebody finding their self-worth. This is maybe somebody, stepping into their power. Maybe your person has been fairly emperor or stubborn in their way, or you've been kind of wanting to restore order or balance in this connection. Okay, and we have I think this is, the king of, or chess piece for the king. And I feel like the king is, again, with this crown, maybe your person has been very much the one calling the shots, and very solo in how they want to call the shots and how they want this connection to go. Maybe they're calling all the plays here in which way they want this to move. Okay, now the screwdriver, this to me means maybe there is a need to loosen up a little bit. And I feel like this person might need to loosen up the rules. Maybe they're very rule orientated or very strict in how the rules go, that there's a need to loosen things up a little bit. Maybe someone feels like they got kind of screwed over, or there's a need to adjust this connection because it's either somebody holding on way too tightly or needing to kind of adjust themselves according to the pace or the temperature of this connection. Okay, and then we have the battery. Yeah, could very well mean the, well, because there's positive and negative. So you and your person could very well be like the opposites of one another, but I feel like there's this charge that you guys bring each other here. But I do feel like, because this battery's probably been in there forever, that this battery's probably empty. I feel like somebody's probably running on empty and they've had to move away, and maybe they're low on energy and not able to keep engaging in the situation as maybe they have in the past. The 4 here, I automatically got 4 of Pentacles. Okay, this is somebody holding back, and maybe they haven't been, yeah, like able to contribute to this connection and really guard it in their own, what they have of stability, whatever sense of stability they have. So they haven't been able to release or work together in order to let go here. And we have this Canadian flag. Okay, so, or maple leaf, I should say. So yeah, hockey, I have a feeling, yeah, maybe Canada's significant. Maybe one of you guys are from Canada or Canadian. I'm in Canada right here, so why I have so much Canadian memorabilia. But yeah, I feel like there's a heavy sense on Canada. Maple leaf, it's also a symbol of freedom here. Okay, so maybe there's a heavy emphasis on freedom and keeping the peace. It also says working together, so maybe there's a need to work together, because I feel like the 4 is somebody holding back rather than maybe collaborating or working together. The watch, talk about timing. I have a feeling this connection has been taking quite some time. I feel like there's been time invested. I feel like there's been a lot of time spent, and maybe things weren't really panning out because someone was sitting here in this indecisive or guarded energy, not prioritizing. So I feel like maybe time stalled or time came due and somebody moved forward. Okay, heavy emphasis on this timing. So somebody maybe wanted things to move a lot quicker than they were moving here. And we have this as Gold Master Star. So yeah, I feel like maybe somebody here was understanding this connection a lot better than the other, or maybe there was an understanding of how things are supposed to go, how the play-by-play or how things were supposed to pan out, and maybe that's not quite what happened here. Yeah, so if this kind of sounds like your connection, let's get into the tarot. All right, so let us pull the tarot. And we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 3 in regards to how is pile number 3's person feeling right now about the current state or the current situation that's going on between pile 3 and their person. How's pile number 3's person feeling right now? Okay, now this is a timeless reading. So whenever you click on this, this is how they are feeling, and energy does fluctuate. So it could very well just be an energetic vibration that may shift. Okay, so keep an open mind, and nothing is set in stone. And this is a collective reading, so not everything will completely resonate 100%. Please read the disclaimer. All right, so clear and concise Spirit for pile number 3. And thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy of you and your person. And let's see what we see here. All right, so we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Sun in reverse, I believe it, and we have lots of cards kind of popping out. I'm going to pull the ones that we are recognizing here. Okay, so we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. We have the Moon. We have the Nine of Cups. Let's keep going. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. And then we have the King of Rods, which is the King of Wands. Okay, so pull some of these as well. So we have Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and some more Leo. Okay. Yeah, heavy Leo energy here. Could be your person's sun, moon, or rising, or just prominent in the birth chart for you or your person. We have chop wood, we have mending in reverse, and we have peace in reverse. Okay. So yeah, I feel the same kind of energy we were getting from the charms there. I feel like there's a state of feeling out in the cold here with your person. Okay, again, could be your energy, but we're asked about your person, out in the cold, feeling overwhelmed or overburdened and having to carry a situation, wanting a new beginning in planting something that's more clear, because there's a sense here of maybe knowing what they want or being clear on what they want, but not going after what they want here. And the Six of Cups talks about soulmates and nostalgia and people from the past here, like in reverse. It's maybe even being stuck in a situation that we're needing to get very clear about in order for us to start over. Okay, and I feel like there is this, with the King of Wands, talking about having this inner drive to move towards what we want. I feel like maybe your person is trying to work on getting out of a state of feeling sad and looking at what they don't have and kind of coming out of this state in order to recognize maybe where there have been illusions and wanting to plant the seed to go after what's going to bring them emotional fulfillment here, and that they've been maybe invested in an area that they feel like they want to no longer keep investing, or like they've invested in an area that wasn't really fruitful or providing any sort of results here. Okay, so they could have very well been very harsh with their words. Maybe they were not being a little cold, but yet they're still kind of engaged in this situation. I feel like the chop wood talking about your everyday tasks, you know, what you can focus on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like your person has been trying to maybe recognize the situation for what it is, but with the mending in reverse, I feel like this person has now maybe pulled away from what they could do to mend the situation and kind of keep the peace and fix things and maybe focus on what they want to go after. And I don't feel like this connection is something that they've been dedicated to mending or fixing. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at some more around how this person is feeling in this situation. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much for that clear and concise message. How is pile number 3's person feeling right now about the connection with pile number 3 in this situation? Okay, we got the Ace of Swords in reverse. How is pile number 3's person feeling about this current state between them and pile number 3? We got the Hierophant. We got the Three of Wands. We got the Two of Cups. And we have the Two of Swords in reverse. Why is the Ace of Swords in reverse? We got the Ace of Wands upright. Okay, why is the Hierophant here? We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the Three of Wands here? We got the Seven of Cups in reverse. And we have the Strength in reverse, and then we have the Ten of Wands again coming out, and we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out again, bottom of the deck, and the Seven of Pentacles again in reverse. Let's take a look at some more oracles here. We have time to go with the number 45. Okay, and then one more. TikTok. Yeah, I felt something with the clock, with the watch, when we're seeing the charms or whatever. I feel like something's outstayed its welcome. I feel like it is time to go. Both of these talk about time with the TikTok and this in reverse. I feel like they know that it's time to move on from this connection. Maybe they're not being truthful with themselves, because the Ace of Swords in reverse for me is somebody who might be self-deceptive or not being completely honest with themselves when it comes to maybe the level of which this connection is at here with the Hierophant, and this could talk about marriage. Okay, so maybe there is a marriage here, so there's a need to have a truth revealed here with the connection and what you guys want for your life. Okay, and looking at the future, I feel like this person is looking at their lifetime future, what they want for a balance, give and take when it comes to a partnership of love and sharing emotions. And I feel like maybe they were at a standstill in making a decision here, where they're feeling overwhelmed and having to make a decision and pull the trigger and move towards what they actually want that's going to emotionally fulfill them. I feel like there is this desire to move towards what they passionately want. Okay, and this is what their truth is, that they've been suppressing, to go after what they really want, and they're wanting this give and take. And in this connection, they feel like maybe it's been imbalanced when it comes to passions and desires. They kind of feel like it's not really balanced, and they feel like maybe there was heavy confusions in regards to what they wanted for their future here. But I feel like both this Seven of Cups in reverse and this Two of Swords talks about somebody maybe making a decision or coming out of a state in which they were confused or not making a move. However, these other cards around this with the Strength in reverse and this Ace of Swords, I feel like your person is somehow still stuck in moving forward, because they feel like maybe they don't have the courage or the strength to move away, to carry this burden and what it would take to move forward towards planting a seed in a direction of something new that's going to bring them a new beginning when it comes to desires and passions of what they're inspired to do, and also a new beginning in truth. They're kind of being held back here. Okay, and they've invested. This can talk about somebody who's given up before they've even got going. So maybe your person feels as though they've put in time and they just feel like giving up. What's it worth? There's no point in me investing anymore. I'm not seeing any results here, and wanting to just kind of pull the plug here. Maybe they feel like they fought enough here and now they're just tired of fighting, and they're giving up on a situation in order to plant a new seed elsewhere with a new beginning. Okay, because this is conflict, this is competition, this is fighting for something, and this is kind of giving up. Okay, so Moon talks about deception, unclear thoughts, maybe not seeing things very clearly, and maybe fears of fighting for something that they feel like is not going to yield the results in what they want. Queen of Pentacles could be significant here. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. This could be single mom. This could be the mother of your child. Okay, with the Hierophant and that Queen of Pentacles. Let's pull some more of these and see if we can get some more in regards to pile number 3. Spirit, thank you so much for that clear and concise message. What do we have? We have message of concern and concern. Okay, number 14. Number 33, and adjudication. Yeah, I feel maybe you guys want to watch pile number 2, because I feel like this is like a connection in which there might be a marriage. I feel like maybe the feminine provides a message to the masculine here in regards to a separation or a divorce or some legal proceeding in order to, yeah, I feel like there's definitely some It could be vice versa. It could very well be the masculine providing a message to the divine feminine in regards to them wanting a separation or a divorce of sorts. Okay. And this could very well be why you clicked on this video, is how's your person feeling during this time of divorce or separation. I feel like somebody is, the person who is initiating or wanting to move away is unable or trying to release themselves. They feel held back. Maybe they're not dealing with full truths. There could be a little bit of self-deception here when it comes to seeing truth and not wanting to fight towards something they feel like might not be worth the battle. And they might feel like there's an uneven give and take, and they're passionately wanting to move towards something that is calling out to them as far as for their own future here. Okay. And it does have to do with having an emotional give and take here when it comes to emotions. And they feel right now maybe they're not in a position to move forward, or feel like with the strength reverse, like they're needing more control to move forward. Okay. Either in this situation to do a balanced give and take, but right now it's not. What do we have here? The 9 of Swords. This is anxiety, sleepless nights. See how these hands are bound together? Maybe they feel like restricted from moving forward for some reason. An inability to step forward, or like they can't move forward. This is healing from heartache. 4 of Swords. Yeah, it's taking time to heal oneself, to recuperate from some situation here. 4 of Wands talks about marriage, coming together, building for the future, stability. I feel like your person wants stability, wants to build a future here, but yeah, maybe here they are going to communicate what they want for themselves, and they haven't, which is a 2 of Cups. They want marriage. They want this to become more official. Okay, maybe they were unable to communicate this because they were unclear. They weren't dealing with full truths, and maybe they put an ultimatum here that, you know, they've been kind of hanging on, but time to go. And there's this tick-tock in order to move forward with this 4 of Wands and commit to them, or move forward in this connection. Okay, that's another thing that I'm seeing here. Let's pull a little bit more of these and then we can wrap up. So Spirit, thank you so much for that. Can we pull some more oracle cards in regards to pile number 3's person and how they are feeling right now in regards to the situation or the circumstance? We have stop, we have consciousness, and then we have creativity. I feel like the stop coming in reverse is like they know that maybe they need to not continue the same way they have been continuing in this connection. There's a need to embrace the truth. I feel like the truth might be that they want marriage, might want commitment, might want that for themselves for the future, a partnership, and they've been unable to communicate this and say what they really desire here. And maybe the situation's been very unbalanced and there's been heavy confusion here, or they've been amongst a bunch of options. They had to dig into their strength and they've been unable to really step into their courage and their power because it's been very burdensome in order for them to want to communicate this, what they need, and they become very aware, okay, with this consciousness. This is dealing with untruths, but consciousness is, there's an awareness here, and I feel like your person is stepping into yeah, with creativity. This is like high priestess energy. Maybe they're intuitively knowing that there's something better and that they're needing to stop this, whatever this is, that's not bringing them emotional fulfillment, and move towards what is going to bring them emotional fulfillment. It could very well be this connection in a different state, but I feel like your person feels as though they've run out of time, or that they are hanging on to something that they now need to let go of, that's been not providing them the happiness that they truly are wanting. Okay, that's what I have here for pile number 3. I hope this helped. Leave a like, leave a comment. Sorry, the readings were very long. If you're drawn to any of the other piles, please go check them out. I feel like 2 might have been connected to 3, but only you'll know that. You might want to check them all out.